And just like that, I'm back. Hello and welcome. Come on in. Some of you may have noticed that I have been missing for a while. I literally dropped off the YouTube channel for a while. I was not getting the clicks, the views. YouTube does pick and choose who they like to push and promote. I wasn't one of them. That and the fact that I give you guys a lot of information that is considered out of bounds. You know, current events. So come on in. We are getting ready to do a little bit of a different format. Going to be a little more of a video blog or a vlog. And I am going to throw some current events and things at you also today. Right now I am lighting some Palos Santo. It comes in a stick form just like that, just wood. And the best thing to use is a little torch. Get it going and blow it out. And we use this just like we do sage. Go around the house, bless, neutralize, and cleanse anything that you feel might have some negative energy, or every opening in your house, not allowing any negative energy to come in. Today, I am going to bless, cleanse, and neutralize the flashlight for you guys. Asking only my spirit guides, guardian angels, and ascended masters to come in. And I will set this up for us today. And you can see it's just a 6-inch mag light, nothing fancy. Now, if you're going to try this at home, I suggest you be very careful because the light is a portal. I get communications from the other side on the light. Let's see if I have it adjusted correctly, because you got to kind of find a sweet spot where it's kind of just barely get that thing on. All right. Spirit on the light, can I get you to give me a wink or blink and let me know if I have that adjusted correctly for you? If possible, turn it clear off. All right. Let me give it a little jiggle here and see if I have it in the right spot. Usually I can feel when they take control of the light. All right, Spirit, can I feel you come in? I think we got it. I think. And then again, sometimes Spirit just has better things to do than to sit in on a tarot reading or a psychic vlog. All right, Spirit, can I get you to turn that light off for me? Give me a wink or blink. Let me know if I have it adjusted correctly. Otherwise, I am going to proceed. I see the wink. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. Now, I only work with the light. Spirit guides, guardian angels, and ascended masters. I do not dabble with the dark. However, that's why I blessed and cleansed that before I turned it on, is so that we do not welcome in anything from the dark. All right, first off, let's talk about what is going on in the world. Oh my goodness. Let's first touch on Savannah Guthrie's mom. Oh, thank you, Spirit on the light. I feel like she's no longer with us. I have from almost the very beginning. I posted something on my Facebook page and somebody came on there and said, how dare I? Everybody else was talking about it, but how dare I? Fuck you. Just that simple. She said it was all about the clicks. Thank you, Spirit on the light. It was. I'm not here for my health. I am here to give you guys information that I perceive and let you know how I see things and how I feel things. So yeah, I was doing it for the clicks. Bingo, that simple. Didn't take a brain surgeon to figure that one out. But let's talk about Savannah's mom, Nancy Guthrie. I don't feel she passed immediately. A day or two, within a week of her disappearance, I feel like that is where she made her transition to the other side. One of the things I want you to know is she wasn't afraid. She was startled. Thank you, Spirit on the Light, for working with me on this. She was startled. Somebody comes into your house in the middle of the night. I get startled when I see spirit in the middle of the night, anything. So she was startled, but she was not afraid. Her faith and her trust in Jesus kept her fearless. I think it'll be sometime, thank you, Spirit, on this, before I even say it, sometime around the 6-month mark. Between now and 6 months, I think her body will be found. I have been praying for Savannah and her family, and most of you know that I have a prayer list every night at 10:10 that I pray for other people. By any chance, is that you, Nancy, on the light? Okay, on or off, either way. That is just Spirit acknowledging what I'm saying. Nancy, if you're on the light, can you let me know if you have transitioned? Have you gone to the other side? Now, the reason I ask that is because, thank you, Spirit, you have. Oh my, your light is so bright. Blessed be your journey, honey. The reason I asked if she made the transition, because I have been able to connect to people who are not dead. I have read for somebody that was in a coma and told their family what some of their wishes and needs were. So she can't be communicating with me because there's a portion of us that's always on the other side with God. It's our oversoul, our higher self, whatever you want to call it, is always on the other side. So I am feeling that might be Nancy. Nancy, can you tell me at all? Was it someone that you knew that kidnapped you? It was. Someone you knew abducted you. Can you turn that off and confirm that for me again, please? If it was someone you knew, could you please turn the light back off to let me know that someone you knew abducted you? Okay, it was not someone you knew. Thank you. I see you're trying to tell me it was someone you did not know. Oh, okay. She's not sure if she knew them. They were masked the whole time. Thank you, Nancy. Wow, wow, wow. Nancy, can you tell me if you are within 5 miles of your home? Are you farther away than 5 miles? You're farther away than 5 miles. Okay, thank you, Nancy, on the light. I've got a good connection with her. I'm going to keep asking questions. Do you know if this was in connection to someone that you knew trying to, for the money? What? She's talking to me. Hang on. Strictly for the money. However, she passed and they no longer have a leveraging item anymore. She has crossed over and they have nothing to barter with. Wow. Thank you, Nancy. Does your family know who this might be? Your family knows that. So it is someone that is known by the family. Okay, wait a minute. If you're telling me no, go ahead and turn the light off. She's making me feel like this person, she knew of this person somehow, and casually in crossing, in passing. What a conversation she's giving me right now. All right. Yeah, it could be somebody she crossed at a convenience store, somebody maybe that came to the house to sell, encyclopedias or whatever. I do feel like there's a little tighter connection there than just a total stranger. All right. Let's go ahead and let Nancy's spirit go ahead and retract away from the light. Nancy, if that was you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And she's thanking me for getting some word out about her whereabouts, to let everybody know that you're okay and that you made the transition very well and that she has caught up to her loved ones on the other side. She's also showing me a young man in the family that passed. This could have been a stillborn, miscarriage, an infant. Thank you, Nancy. And that soul greeted her on the other side, along with her own parents and loved ones. So she has made the crossover rather easily, and it is a joyous reunion there. I got to tell you, a lot of times I work with hospice when families are getting ready to lose somebody to a terminal illness, and okay, hang on here. She's talking to me again. Okay. A lot of times when I'm working with families that have somebody in hospice care, when I'm going there, it is, it's a solemn, quiet situation where the family's already grieving. They haven't passed. They're heartbroken. They're watching somebody they love fade away in front of them. And as I'm driving there, I get all jazzed up. I get excited. I get uplifted. I get joyful. I knock on the family's door and I'm all bubbly and excited. And it's only because I'm picking up where they're going. The preparation on the other side. Thank you, Spirit on the light. I do not feel that that's Nancy, since I asked her to step back from the light. That, in this case, is probably my spirit guides, guardian angels, and ascended masters. Could be anybody. But I get so excited about the joy that they have as soon as they make that transition to the other side. And when I'm talking transition, I'm not talking about, not a sexual transformation. I'm talking about from this physical world into the spiritual world. It is such a joyous reunion on the other side. Next thing let's talk about briefly is what's going on in Iran. Man, nobody wanted to see that, except for the Iranians. They are dancing in the street again, just like Venezuela, thanking us. Thank you, Spirit on the Light. They lived under such a totalitarian regime that it was horrible for them over there. However, we do not want to be at war. We do not want to see our young men and our young women going over there to defend our country, because we love those kids too. So let's all focus our prayers on that. Hopefully we can send some positive vibes. And I want you to know, thank you, Spirit on the Light, about sending positive vibes. It is felt when we all just take a moment and go, let's just pray for peace. It comes together, it gets stronger, and we can move mountains. So it never hurts to put your prayers out there at all, even if it's only just a brief pray for peace. That's all. That peace. The world is in turmoil. We are going to see a big change in the financial system. However, it won't affect a lot of us day to day. We're not going to see it. The behind the scenes money maneuverings will change tremendously. We are going to be going to a digital currency. But like I said, it's not going to affect us, our bank accounts, other than the fact that inflation is kind of really rocking everybody. This change in the monetary system will not affect us that way. In the short term, we are going to continue to struggle financially. Thank you, Spirit on the Light. The economy is going to continue to kind of do a downhill slide. Inflation is going to do it uphill, quick step. But this is only going to be for about another year or so. And then we will see a good turnaround come. We will see a couple brief periods where the economy takes a kind of climbs. But there are people that run the globe. And I'm not talking about Trump. He's such a peon in the whole picture, it isn't funny. There are people that own the globe, the planet, the world that we live on. They have control over it. They own the medical schools. That's why some doctors don't act like they know anything. It's because they don't. And getting towards that, I want you guys to take your health into your own hands. How many of you are taking medication for blood pressure? Medication for your cholesterol? Yeah, thank you, Spirit. You can do that. You can turn those things around. You can even reverse diabetes. It's reversible. But they won't tell you that. And the key to it is protein. That's why the food pyramid before was inverted, and they wanted us to have very little protein. They did not want us to be strong. They want us to go back to the doctor to get that prescription to make those big families more money. The medication that you take is most likely petroleum derivative. In other words, oil. It's those same big families, thank you, Spirit on the Light. It's those same big families that own those oil companies. So protein is essential, absolutely essential. They are proving now that eggs were not dangerous for us. It is the most excellent source of protein. I probably eat 6 eggs a day myself. 3 or 4 in the morning. I may cook with 1 or 2, like I made fried chicken last night and used egg wash to put the coating on with. And I also eat a lot of custard, homemade custard from eggs and cream, a little bit of maple syrup to sweeten it. I quit using honey because I put honey in my tea, and if you put honey in anything too hot, it neutralizes the antimicrobial benefits of it. All you're getting then is the sugar portion. I switched up to maple syrup in my tea. I use it as a sweetener. Maple syrup has a much better glycemic index than honey does. So it does not respond in our system like honey does and create that insulin resistant issue that goes on. And that's why a lot of us pack on the pounds and can't get them off. Maple syrup is high in a lot of trace minerals, a lot of elements that we can't get any other way. It comes from Mother Earth, also very good. She doesn't produce a lot of junk. So I have begun to use maple syrup in a lot of stuff. Increase your protein intake. Vegetables are not as good for us as they had us believe. Did you know that tomatoes, potatoes, eggplant, they are all out of the deadly nightshade family? Yeah, nightshade. They used that years ago, back in medieval times, to make poison with. Matter of fact, even years after that, they've used nightshade to poison people with. So we have been slowly poisoning ourselves. You getting comfortable back there? That's Miss Maggie. She is, her and I don't know how we managed to fit in this chair. She has been behind me in, I have over 1,000 videos over here, and she's been behind me in all 1,000 of them. Nobody ever sees her back there. Thank you, Spirit, again. Spinach and kale. Oh my gosh, I remember eating spinach and kale because they were superfoods. They were high in oxalates. Oxalates are what give us kidney stones. But they wanted us to eat it. Yeah. So use your head. Start researching what you eat yourself. Add a ton of protein. I got to tell you, I eat mostly carnivore, which is meat, eggs, and meat I say is beef, chicken, lamb, deer meat, seafood. You can make, I mentioned to you that I make custard. It's carnivore. All that protein from the eggs, the cream. So you can make the carnivore diet work for you. Egg salad, almonds, quiche, bacon. Bacon is actually okay. It is, I don't want to go so far as to say it's good for you, but I eat a lot of bacon. Okay, I'll bring up the nitrates. Thank you, Spirit. A lot of you are afraid of bacon because of the nitrates. Do you know what they make nitrates out of? Celery. So if your doctor is warning you to stay away from bacon because of the nitrates, bingo. Do your own research. Take your health into your own hands. And the other thing is, get up off your ass and get physical again. I don't care what age you are. If you're only taking a soup can, this happens to be a candle, and you're practicing doing some curls, overhead press, do it. If you have dumbbells, do it. Just get yourself moving. First off, what is the point of living till you're 80, maybe 90, if you're stuck in a fucking chair or in bed? Your physical health is determined by your movements and what you consume. Those are things you can control. I walk, usually it was winter. It was hit and miss through winter. It was a tough winter, but usually about a mile a day, out in the woods outside. I just head out and just go for a good stretch of the legs. I lift weights. I use kettlebells. I still ride. I have to be strong enough to throw that 850-pound motorcycle around underneath me. Okay? So take your own health into your own hands. Don't wait for your doctor to say you have, air quotes, anything. I have been dealing with morning tachycardia. And tachycardia is just it's a high rate of heartbeat, racing. And in my case, I know it is from too much cortisol, which is a stress hormone. We are all under a lot of stress. Most of us live in fight or flight mode most of the time. Man, that light is just going. Thank you, Spirit, for helping out. So I am switching up. I'm eliminating coffee just to help reduce that cortisol, not cholesterol. Cholesterol is good for us. Your brain is 95% cholesterol. So if they put you on cholesterol reducers, that's why people are getting dementia. Again, back in line, making those rich people that money out there. Do the research. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. I'm an internet psychic, for crying out loud. All right. You know what I will do? Let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards just to see how. Oh, we are currently still in the full moon energy of March the 3rd. Today is March the 4th as I film this. We also, that energy of the eclipse, whatever was going on that this eclipse initiates for you, could take about 6 months to even come into fruition. The impact of the eclipse does not happen right away. We usually see earthquakes associated with the eclipses. And what else do we have? Something else coming up this month. Okay, let's see here. Can you tell me what astrological events come up this month in the month of March 2026? Okay, the equinox. That is what I was looking for. We do have an equinox coming up. That was a time a few years back, everybody stood up brooms, remember? And the earth is at the perfect spot in its rotation that I can't even explain it good. Thank you, Spirit. That you can stand a broom up. This month is very pivotal. This is almost the real spring right now. The astrology charts start right now, because we are in Pisces, which is like the tail end. Okay, and then as we transition into the month, then we will go into Aries, which is the beginning of the year. And because Aries is always the first sign, and when you look up your horoscope, Aries is first, Taurus, then I believe Gemini. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But we have a lot of things going on in this month that are going to activate a lot of good things. Now, first off, we have the Tower card. And those of you that follow me or follow in No Tarot, just know that Tower card is all about huge transformation. In other words, the shit's going to hit the fan before things get better. We have to eliminate anything old that doesn't serve us well in order to welcome in anything better and abundance. We have the Hangman card. That Hangman is all about seeing something from somebody else's perspective now. It's about things feeling topsy-turvy. And for some of you, it can also mean a legal matter. You don't get hung unless you get tried and convicted of something. We also have the Five of Pentacles, and that is about change. You notice that they are walking in the snow. It's about feeling dejected. It's about feeling ghosted. Some of you are wrapping up relationships that have been falling apart for several years. This is the time everybody's going to kind of just go their separate ways. It also feels like some of you feel a loss of money, maybe connected with that breakup. Well, things are going to turn around. That's what I said. We have to have this ugly transformation happen in order to release things from the past. We also have the Emperor card. This is kind of taking your control back, taking your life back. I preached the first half of this video about do your research. Check your, I just saw an orb go by and it changed. Yep, thank you, Spirit. You saw it too. First half of the video, I preached about taking your health in your own control. Look things up. I am doing a lot more medical mediumship. Thank you, Spirit, on the light. And I am open to giving you guys some advice on what I feel is going on with you physically. Get a hold of me at Facebook. Make an appointment. I can handle that and discuss your health issues with you. However, remember again, I am an internet psychic. Okay? The best psychics are 75 to 80% accurate. I'm right there at that 80% and up. The last card we have is the 10 of Pentacles, and that is about the abundance that I said that I see coming. Give it time. This war will settle down. Life will kind of start getting back to a little bit of normalcy. But we are in for a huge, huge transformation in the next 3 years. Things are going to look a whole lot different. That 10 of Pentacles is also about financial abundance coming for many of you. The economy has been in turmoil. Some of you have had to make great adjustments in how you spend, and you should. Yeah, how many of you do not even have a budget? Okay? How many of you do not even have a budget? I taught financial literacy. Do you know how important your credit score is? It is super important, not just for getting loans. Of course, it does determine the interest rate you're going to pay on a loan. It determines your car insurance. Because if you have a bad credit score, you're going to pay more for car insurance because the insurers look at you like you are at risk for making a fake claim. You could arrange a little bit of a fender bender. When your credit score is low, it determines a lot of what you pay for your insurances. So look at your own financial situation because it's going to begin to perk up. Get a budget. It's not that hard. Write it out. How much you have coming in, subtract how much you have going out, and you're going to see where your expenditures are that you need to cut back. All right. I think I'm going to wrap it up here for you guys. It has been a pleasure getting back here on the big little screen and bringing you guys some updates. I will be back more often. If this video resonated with you, please hit that like button. Let your friends know about this wacky old biker. And, I never leave you. Thank you, Spirit. Wow, I'm touched. I never leave you that I don't bless you with love and light. See you soon.